After 33 years as a surgeon, I have learned something that still unsettles me. Two patients can be the same age, both over 75, both walking every single day, both proud of staying active, yet 5 years later, their lives look completely different. One still climbs stairs, still carries groceries, still gets up from a low chair without thinking. The other moves cautiously, holds onto furniture, avoids uneven sidewalks, and quietly begins saying no to invitations. The difference is rarely genetics. It is rarely motivation. It is almost never luck. It is usually training. And more specifically, what they train. If you are over 75 and you walk every day, I respect that. Walking is valuable. Walking supports your heart. Walking improves mood. Walking keeps you mobile. But here is the uncomfortable truth. Walking keeps you alive. It does not automatically keep you strong. After 75, the systems that fail first are not your step count. They are your stabilizers. They are your reaction muscles. They are your power generators. They are the small muscles around your hips, around your knees, around your spine. They are the balance pathways inside your nervous system. And walking barely challenges them. Walking is repetitive, low demand, predictable. Your foot moves forward, your body shifts weight, then repeats. There is little surprise, little instability, little force production. Your muscles never need to fire explosively. Your balance system rarely needs to recover from disruption. And that is exactly the problem. Because real life is not predictable. Real life has curbs, wet floors, sudden turns, slippery leaves, loose rugs. After 75, yet your risk does not come from walking in a straight line. It comes from what happens when something unexpected happens. This is what researchers began noticing. Step count did not predict independence. Specific movement capacity did. The ability to stand up without using hands. The ability to balance on one leg. The ability to generate force quickly. The ability to stabilize the spine. These were the true predictors. So today we are going to rebuild the foundation. We are going to walk through 5 surgeon-approved exercises, ranked from least critical to most essential, and I want you to stay until the end. Because number 2 may surprise you. It stunned many clinicians when the data became clear. But we begin with number 5, the most underestimated movement. Seated marching. It sounds simple. It sounds almost too basic, but simplicity is deceptive. Researchers at the University of Missouri analyzed seated hip flexion patterns in older adults. They discovered something important. Walking uses only a fraction of your hip flexor capacity, often less than 30%. Because during walking, your foot barely lifts off the ground. After 75, the hip flexors weaken quickly. When they weaken, your stride shortens, your toes drag, your steps shuffle. Doctors call this shuffling gait, and shuffling gait dramatically increases fall risk. Seated marching corrects that pattern. It forces your hip flexors through full range. It demands active lift, active control, and controlled lowering. Here's how to do it correctly. Sit in a sturdy chair, back tall, shoulders relaxed, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Engage your core gently. Now lift your right knee slowly. Lift it as high as comfortable. Pause for 1 second, then lower with control. Do not drop. Do not swing. Repeat with the left leg. Notice something? This is not speed work. This is control work. Such control builds strength. Control builds neural connection. Control rebuilds coordination. Your goal is 20 repetitions per leg, 40 total lifts. Slow and steady. If that feels easy, increase the pause at the top. 2 seconds, then 3 seconds, eventually 5 seconds. That pause changes everything. It increases time under tension. It increases muscle recruitment. It increases joint stability. And here is something important. Do not lean backward. Do not collapse your spine. Stay tall. If you lean back, you reduce hip activation. If you stay tall, your deep stabilizers activate. You are training posture at the same time. That matters because posture predicts breathing efficiency. Breathing efficiency predicts endurance. Endurance predicts independence. Now let me ask you something. When you walk, do you consciously lift your knees or do you shuffle slightly? Many seniors are unaware. That awareness begins here. This is not just muscle work. Yeah, it is repatterning. You are teaching your brain to lift the leg fully again, and that translates to safer steps outside. If you want progression, add a light ankle weight, 1 pound, no more at first, but only after mastering form. quality first, load second, and do not rush. After 2 to 3 weeks, most people notice a change. Their stride feels smoother, their steps feel more deliberate, their confidence increases. That is number 5. But number 4 shifts to a completely different region, and most people overlook it entirely. Upper body strength. Before we move on, pause for a moment. Ask yourself this. If you fell today, could you push yourself up? Could your arms support your body weight? If the answer is uncertain, keep listening. Number 4 addresses that exact vulnerability. Wall push-ups. Now, you might think this is irrelevant. You walk with your legs, not your arms, but here's what large-scale data revealed. Upper body weakness predicts loss of independence more strongly than many lower body measures. Why? Because when you fall, your arms save you. When you stand from bed, your arms assist you. When you push off a chair, your arms contribute force. When you lose balance, your arms react first. If they are weak, you collapse. Wall push-ups are safe, joint-friendly, and effective. Stand facing a wall, arms length away, place palms at shoulder height, shoulder width apart, keep your body straight, not sagging, not arching. Now bend your elbows slowly, lower toward the wall. 2 seconds down. Pause, then push back. 2 seconds up. Slow tempo is key. Speed reduces control. Control builds stability. Perform 10 repetitions. 2 sets, eventually build to 3 sets of 15. Now here's an advanced cue. At the bottom position, gently squeeze your shoulder blades together. This activates the posterior shoulder. That muscle protects your posture. Prevents forward rounding, reduces shoulder pain, improves breathing mechanics, and improves your ability to catch yourself. Many seniors stand too close to the wall. If it feels effortless, step back slightly. Find the challenge zone, but never sacrifice alignment. Head neutral, core engaged, heels planted. Remember this. Strength is not vanity. Strength is insurance. Insurance against dependency. Insurance against helplessness. Number 5, strengthens your hips. Number 4, strengthens your push capacity. Now number 3, strengthens your posture. And posture may be the most visible marker of aging. Resistance band rows. If you have a resistance band, sit tall in a chair. Place the band under your feet. Hold handles firmly. Shoulders relaxed, spine long. Now pull elbows backward, towards your rib cage. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Pause for 1 second, then release slowly. 12 to 15 repetitions, 3 sets. Every other day, here is why this matters. Walking pulls your body forward. Gravity pulls your shoulders forward. Daily life pulls you forward. Without counter training, you stoop. Stoop increases fall risk. Stoop reduces lung capacity. Stoop compresses joints. Resistance rows reverse that pattern. They strengthen your posterior chain. Back muscles. Scapular stabilizers. Deep spinal support muscles. And here is the key. Do not shrug your shoulders. Keep them down. Imagine sliding shoulder blades into back pockets. That cue activates correct muscle groups. Add a 2-second hold at the back for progression. Slow release. Feel the muscles resisting gravity. This is how posture returns. This is how back pain reduces. This is how your chest opens. Now we have addressed hips, arms, back. But the next section will move into something even more critical, the ability to stand up. Without assistance, without hesitation, without fear. That is where we go next. And what you will learn may change how you view every chair in your house. Let us continue. You already understand something critical. Walking keeps the heart moving. But it does not fully protect the body systems that fail first after 75. Now we move deeper, because the next 2 exercises protect something even more fundamental: posture and the ability to stand up. These 2 abilities quietly determine whether you remain independent or slowly begin depending on others. Let us begin with number 3, resistance band rows. Most people over 75 do not realize that posture decline is not cosmetic. It is neurological, it is muscular, and it is predictive. When researchers followed adults over 70 for more than a decade, they found something alarming. Forward stooped posture was strongly associated with loss of mobility, chronic pain, and even increased mortality. Why? See, because posture is not just about appearance, it reflects the strength of the posterior chain, the muscles running along the back of your body from your neck. to your mid-back, to your lower back, to your hips. These muscles keep you upright. They allow your lungs to fully expand. They stabilize your spine. They protect your balance. Walking does very little to strengthen them. In fact, walking primarily reinforces forward motion, which often worsens the muscle imbalance already developing with age. The chest tightens, the upper back weakens, the shoulders roll forward, the head drifts ahead of the body. And this subtle shift increases fall risk more than most people realize. That is why resistance band rows are so powerful. They directly target the muscles walking ignores. Let me guide you step by step. Sit in a sturdy chair. Place the center of a light resistance band under both feet. Hold one handle in each hand. Sit tall, shoulders back, chest open. Now slowly pull the handles towards your rib cage, not towards your shoulders, towards your ribs. As you pull, imagine gently squeezing your shoulder blades together. Pause for 1 second, then slowly return to the starting position. Control the release. Do not let the band snap you forward. The magic is not in pulling hard. It is in controlling both directions. Pull, pause, release slowly, pull, pause, release slowly. 12 repetitions, rest. Then repeat for 3 total sets every other day. Here's what happens inside your body when you do this consistently. The small stabilizer muscles around your spine begin to reactivate. The deep muscles between your shoulder blades wake up. Your nervous system relearns how upright posture feels. Within weeks, breathing becomes easier. Neck tension decreases. Balance subtly improves. Because when your head sits properly over your spine, your balance centers function better. This is not theory, this is biomechanics. Now I want you to avoid the most common mistake. Do not shrug your shoulders towards your ears. Keep them down. Imagine sliding your shoulder blades into your back pockets. If you cannot feel the muscles working between your shoulder blades, slow down. Quality over speed. If you rush, you lose the benefit. And remember something important. This exercise protects more than posture. It protects your ability to reach, to pull open doors, to carry groceries, to stabilize yourself if you trip. Upper back strength is defensive strength. Now we move to number 2, chair squats. If there is one movement that predicts independence more than almost anything else after 75, it is this: standing up from a chair without using your hands. Researchers have studied this extensively in multiple large populations. Yet those who cannot rise from a seated position without pushing off their arms have significantly higher risk of hospitalization and dependency. This is not about athletic ability, it is about basic functional power. Every single day, you stand up from chairs, from toilets, from beds, from car seats, dozens of times. If that movement becomes difficult, your world begins to shrink. Let me show you how to protect it. Stand in front of a sturdy chair, feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned outward. Extend your arms forward for balance. Now slowly lower yourself toward the chair. Take 3 seconds. Control the descent. Lightly touch the seat with your hips. Do not sit fully. Pause 1 second. Now press through your heels. Stand back up. Keep your chest lifted. Do not collapse forward. Again. Lower slowly. Touch. Pause. Stand. The strengthening happens most during the lowering phase. 3 to 4 seconds down. 1 second pause, 1 second up. 10 repetitions, twice per day. Now let me explain why this is so powerful. The sit to stand motion activates the quadriceps, sound the gluteal muscles, and the deep core stabilizers simultaneously, in the exact pattern required in daily life. Walking uses your legs differently. It does not load them deeply in this pattern. That is why some people who walk daily still struggle getting out of low chairs. Chair squats retrain this exact capacity. Push through your heels, not your toes. Heels activate the glutes. Toes overload the knees. Keep your knees aligned with your toes. Do not let them collapse inward. That collapse increases fall risk. If this feels difficult, modify. Use a slightly higher chair, or place a firm cushion on the seat. Gradually reduce the height as you grow stronger. Progress slowly, because strength builds reliably with consistency. Now here is something important for retention and safety. Do not turn this into a fast movement. Momentum hides weakness. Control reveals it. If you can lower slowly and stand without using your hands, you are protecting your independence. So if you cannot yet, this exercise will help you get there. There is another advanced technique that dramatically increases benefit. Pause at the bottom, hold for 3 seconds, then stand. This removes all momentum. Forces the muscles to work, accelerates adaptation. When performed consistently for just 3 weeks, measurable improvements occur. Standing becomes easier, confidence increases, and something subtle changes. You begin trusting your body again. That psychological shift matters, because fear of falling is often as limiting as weakness itself. Now pause with me. Take a breath. Notice something. These exercises look simple, but they are precise. They are targeted. They train systems walking does not. In the final part of this video, we will cover the single most powerful predictor of independence after 75. It stunned researchers, it changed how surgeons assess aging, and it might completely shift how you think about strength. Stay with me, because number 1 is not what most people expect. Now we arrive at number 2, and this is where things become serious. If you are over 75, the single ability may determine whether you remain independent or slowly begin depending on others. Number 2 is chair squats. It sounds ordinary, it sounds simple, but what it protects is not simple at all. Let me ask you something very direct. Right now, if you sit down in a standard chair without using your hands, can you stand back up smoothly, without rocking, without pushing off your knees, without grabbing the armrest? If you hesitate for even a moment, that is not laziness. It is early muscle power decline, and muscle power declines faster than muscle size after 75. Walking does not train this movement. Walking keeps you moving forward. Chair squats train you to rise. Rising is survival. Tip: every time you stand up from a chair, you are performing one of the most demanding functional movements in daily life. You must generate force through your hips. You must stabilize through your core. You must coordinate knees and ankles, and you must control your descent when sitting back down. Most falls do not happen while walking in a straight line. They happen during transitions, standing up, sitting down, turning, reaching. Chair squats directly train the transition. Here's how to perform them correctly. Stand in front of a sturdy chair, feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned outward, arms extended forward for balance. Now begin to lower yourself slowly. 3 seconds down. Keep your chest tall. Push your hips back slightly as if you are closing a drawer with your hips. Let your knees bend naturally. Your goal is not to crash into the chair. Your goal is to lightly touch it. Pause. 1 second. Now push through your heels. Stand up with control. No jerking. No momentum. That is 1 repetition. The key is the lowering phase. Most strengthening happens when you resist gravity. 3 to 4 seconds down. Controlled, intentional. If you need to use your hands at first, that is okay. Place fingertips lightly on the armrests, but reduce that support gradually. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions, twice per day, morning and evening. Within 2 to 3 weeks, most adults notice something remarkable. Stairs feel easier, low sofas feel less intimidating, toilets feel safer. That is not coincidence. That is power returning. 1 critical correction. Push through your heels, not your toes. When you push through your heels, your glute muscles activate. When you push through your toes, your knees absorb more stress. Heels mean hip strength. Hips mean fall protection. If the full movement feels too difficult, raise the seat height, add a firm cushion, reduce the depth. Then gradually lower it as strength improves. Another advanced modification. At the bottom, hover just above the chair for 3 seconds, then stand. This removes all momentum. Now your muscles must do all the work. This builds true functional power. Walking cannot do this. Walking is repetition. Chair squats are controlled force production, and force production protects independence. Now we move to number 1, and this may surprise you because it is not about strength, it is about balance. Number 1 is single leg balance holds. Before you dismiss this as too easy, listen carefully. A major long-term study followed adults over 70 for more than a decade. The researchers discovered something extraordinary. Those who could stand on one leg for 10 seconds had dramatically lower mortality risk than those who could not. 10 seconds. That is all. Balance is not just about falling. It is about nervous system health. When you stand on one leg, hundreds of tiny stabilizing muscles activate automatically. Your ankle adjusts, your knee stabilizes, your hip aligns, your core engages, your brain processes micro corrections in real time. This is reflex training. Walking rarely challenges this system because during walking, you are constantly shifting weight smoothly. You are not forced to stabilize fully. But in real life, stability is demanded suddenly. You step on uneven pavement. You turn quickly. You reach sideways. If your stabilizers are weak, your body cannot correct fast enough. And that is when falls happen. Here's how to train this safely. Stand near a counter or sturdy chair. Shift your weight onto one foot. Lift the opposite foot slightly off the ground. Just a few inches. Stand tall. Eyes forward. Do not look down. Looking down disrupts balance control. Start by holding for 5 seconds, then 10. Gradually build toward 30 seconds. Practice both sides 3 times per day. You can do this while brushing your teeth. While waiting for water to boil. While watching television. Progression is critical. At first, keep 1 or 2 fingers lightly touching a surface. Then reduce to 1 finger. Then hover your hand without touching. Eventually stand without support nearby, but always in a safe environment. Once you can hold 30 seconds comfortably, try closing your eyes, only for a few seconds at first. When you remove visual input, your internal balance system activates more intensely. This strengthens proprioception, that internal sense of body position. This is the system that saves you when you slip. Advanced progression. Stand on a slightly softer surface, like carpet or a folded towel. This forces deeper stabilizer engagement. Single leg balance is not flashy, it is powerful. Orthopedic surgeons now consider it a vital sign of aging. As important as blood pressure, because it reflects neuromuscular integrity. Walking alone cannot maintain this system. Now let us step back. We have covered 5 exercises: seated marching for hip activation, wall push-ups for upper body resilience, resistance band rows for posture and posterior chain, chair squats for functional power, single leg balance holds for reflex protection. Together, they form a complete system. Walking remains valuable. It supports cardiovascular health, it supports mood, it supports circulation, but it is incomplete. After 75, you must train strength, you must train transitions, you must train balance reflexes. Here is a simple weekly structure. Perform chair squats and seated marching daily. Alternate resistance band rows every other day. Add wall push-ups daily or every other day. Practice single leg balance 3 times daily in short bursts. This entire system takes less than 20 minutes per day, 20 minutes to protect years of independence. You do not need a gym. You do not need heavy weights. You need consistency. Muscles respond to repetition. Balance responds to exposure. Nervous systems respond to challenge. Within 2 weeks, movements feel smoother. Within 1 month, confidence increases. Within 3 months, your body feels capable again. That is not exaggeration. That is adaptation. Walking is maintenance. These exercises are protection. Protection against falls. Protection against frailty. Protection against dependency. Independence is not lost suddenly, it erodes quietly. 1 avoided movement at a time, 1 chair avoided, 1 staircase feared, 1 sidewalk bypassed. But strength can return quietly too, 1 repetition at a time, 1 hold at a time, 1 controlled descent at a time. If you are over 75 and you are still walking, that is wonderful. Keep walking. But add this system, because walking keeps you alive. Strength keeps you capable, balance keeps you safe, and capability plus safety equals independence. You are not too old to improve. You are not too old to stabilize. You are not too old to strengthen. Your body adapts at any age. It simply needs the right stimulus. And now you know what that stimulus is. If this has helped you rethink your routine, do not let this information disappear. Save it, rewatch it, practice it. And if you want more evidence-based guidance specifically designed for adults over 75, stay connected. Because aging does not have to mean decline. It can mean strategic adaptation. And strategic adaptation changes everything.